Well, another all-nighter. Working on the documentary. It's probably like, I don't know, time is it's like 6:15 in the morning. It is Monday morning. Busy week ahead of me with the documentary and everything. But it's coming out so good. I'm so proud of it. I can't wait for everyone to see it. I'll be putting some cuts up on Patreon this week coming up. Hopefully today, maybe tomorrow. Sometime this week, though, for sure. Let's get into the story. So last time we left off... And hey, by the way, I do not feel like doing a fucking video right now. It's weird with videos, you know. Karina's like, well, it's like just you talking and you never shut the fuck up. So, like, how's that even hard? I don't know, it's weird. Like, sometimes I have to, I'm sure you can tell. Sometimes I'm just in the mode, and then sometimes I'm not. Considerably harder at, like, 6:15 in the morning, though. Because I'm just worn out, creatively, intellectually spent. I'm a bitch. Sup? Sup, fool? I'm Bob the bitch. But it's kind of like working out, you know? When you don't feel like working out, which... today or yesterday or whatever fucking, I don't even know where I am right now. I know that I see the Monopoly guy snorting blow off a stripper's ass. That's cool. I must be someplace good, you know. Today I didn't feel like working out, and I worked out, and I had like the best workout I had all week. It's the same thing for videos, you know. When I don't feel like doing them, sometimes they come out much better. Okay, now I'm really going to get into the story. I know I was doing so good without doing introductions, and now I just don't care anymore. Sorry. It's only 2 minutes in, though. Remember they used to be like 30 minutes, 10 minutes? Fuck. Those the days. Okay. Drink some coffee and let's do this shit. Let's get into the story. So what happened is meth had come. Right? It had come in from one of the lower units. The guy from the Sinaloa cartel, supposedly, even though he looked like a Street Fighter character. Oh man, I got connections, man. Oh yeah, they know me. They know my cartella. My cartella, or however they say it. My cartella family. Yeah, I live on the mountain. I got a donkey. You know, it's like that kind of guy, right? He's supposed to give me heroin, by the way. I had asked for heroin, and he brings me crystal meth, and I ended up pawning some of it off for food, because I hate meth, and I hate how much it makes me masturbate. It's just not appropriate in a jail setting. So, I ended up going to the chow hall, after staying up for a while, and that's just never... that cool. I mean, that's not cool when you're not on crystal meth, but when you're on crystal meth and you've got this brigade of fucking COs like watching you eat, if you pass food, you get like fucking pepper sprayed. Yeah, it's definitely not cool for the paranoia. And then I got this paisa next to me that is just completely flailing. Like, he's blowing it. I'm just like, man, you may as well just announce that you're on crystal meth right now. And he did. He threw a scrunched up napkin on the floor, and the cops saw it, and they come and get his ass, and they take me. Probably because I look so twacked out. I was probably beating off. I don't even remember. I was in some meth psychosis, probably beating off under the table. Hey! We got another one. Another fucking white boy on meth masturbating under the table. Goddamn fucking tweakers. So I know I'm screwed. I'm handcuffed. Hey, let me tell you something. In county jails, if you're being handcuffed and taken somewhere, that's not a good sign. Well, it's really not a good sign to be handcuffed anytime, except if it's to a bedpost and you're going ass to ass with shampoo bottles and your baby mama. What's up with you and shampoo bottles? It's annoying. It's lame. You're lame. I'm gonna watch every video that you do, but I think you're just still. But I'm gonna press dislike. I'm going to press dislike and you're going to get an engagement from me. That'll show him. All right. It's coming now. The story's flowing. I really need to get on a better sleeping schedule. This is just, it's getting odd. Okay, so I'm handcuffed. And of course, you know, you're always handcuffed by like some fat fucking cop. Looks like there's a pillow in his little gay button up. You know what I mean? It's a little star. They're always chewing dip. Spitting into their Diet Mountain Dew fucking plastic bottle. Man, these guys. So they take me into, I'm not sure, I always get them mixed up because you got to remember, like at all these different jails and prisons, they've got different like structures. Yeah, most state prisons are the same, obviously. You know, you got captains, sergeants, lieutenants. In the feds, it's the same thing. And then you got your COs. I think at San Bernardino though, they're sheriffs. In San Bernardino, you have to be a sheriff in the jail before you can like go out and be like a real asshole sheriff. Like plant drugs on minorities. Yeah, you know you do that, San Bernardino sheriffs, you scumbags. Ugh, man, they're brutal out there. Ugh. They're terrible. So they end up taking me into this room. I don't know. Like I said, let's just say it was a captain, just for the sake of the story. And they got me. Okay, so there's like a desk. There's the captain sitting right there. Of course, he's chewing too. He's reading, I don't know, some magazine, probably Guns and Ammo. It's usually what cops read. And the paisa next to me is cuffed too. So they bring us in together. So we're both sitting on a chair, and then we got two cops on this side of me and two cops on the side of him, captain in front of us. Now this guy is whacked out, right? I'm just like, dude, be cool, be cool. He's like, ooh. So dude, I'm so fucking high, man. I am so fucking high. Well, I'm pretty sure they know that now. Thanks. I'm not though. I don't even know this dude. I don't like Mexicans, sir. The captain's like Mexican. He's like, you think that's gonna earn points with me? No, he was a white dude. But this guy's just bugging out right next to me, right? So the captain, like, you know, they put down the napkin and they're like, yeah, we recovered the contraband. They're like giving some coordinates, like it's some like map, you know, like it's like a battleship fucking coordinates. It's like, why didn't you just say you found a bag of meth in the chow hall? Well, at approximately 646 parameter points, we've recovered the contraband that was introduced into the institution by the Hispanic male. And the captain's just like looking at the meth. He's like, So are you gentlemen gonna tell me where you got the drugs? Pice is like, he's like, I got it from that guy right there. The fucking white boy gave it to me. He gave it to everybody. He's a fucking drug dealer. I'm like, are you serious, dude? I was like, hey. Now, remember, I'm cuffed. Sirs. I don't even know this dude, first of all. I don't speak Spanish. He's like, hey, man, come on. Knock the racist shit off. I'm like, dude, the fuck? You're fucking, get away from me. But I, like, can't move because I'm handcuffed. God, man, the fuck? I'm not a drug dealer. And so the paisa goes, he's like, hey, not only that, this guy has fucking Camel Crush cigarettes up in the fucking unit. I'm telling you, he's a fucking trove of contraband. Almost like a fucking contraband treasure chest. I don't get high though, no, I don't do meth though. But this fucking white boy, he's a fucking drug dealer. Hey, just to be completely honest with you, kinda, my cousin gets free cable, dog. His name's Richard. He gets free cable, he doesn't fucking pay. He's got one of those little scrambler boxes. I don't know. I just thought you might know. Oh, and, my ex-girlfriend's cousin, Jose, he sells fucking marijuana. I'm just sitting there, and I swear to God, I'm not, like, of course it wasn't verbatim like that, but this guy is not only telling on me, saying I'm a drug dealer and saying that I have tobacco, but he's also telling on, like, street people. I don't remember what he said exactly, but he was like, he's like, so he was trying to tell them something about where, like, he knew where there was money and that he had to get home. So, okay. I would come to find out later. I never do this, but I'm going to jump ahead a little bit right here. I would come to find out later that this guy, this Paisa that was next to me, is like, dude, this guy that just, first of all, he drags me into this when this idiot was dumb enough to throw a sack in the middle of the chow hall, right? Then he brings me into it. Then he tells on me in front of me, and then he starts telling on people on the street. I'm like, dude, this is a solid-ass motherfucker. Man, when we're out of the captain's office, I'm gonna fucking bunk up with this fool. Start making nachos and shit. You're alright, man. Thanks for holding me accountable. I don't want to keep doing drugs in jail anyway. I won't tell anyone about it, don't trip. Yeah, right, dude. I'm sitting there, like, plotting to fucking murder this guy. I can't believe he did this to me. Like, it almost felt like it was, like, a coordinated effort. But this is what I was gonna say. Like somehow they were trying to take me out. But again, I was tweaking, so I was probably not in the right frame of mind. But I come to find out later that this guy's trip, right, was as soon as he, and I get it, because three things. There's three things with meth. First, it makes me into a pervert. Doesn't matter where I am. Does not matter. I become a fucking weirdo and just want to be in the bathroom and beat off. Sometimes I bring a blanket in the bathroom just so I can, like, invoke the prison experience. I'm like, oh, hey babe, my stomach hurts. You think, your stomach always hurts when you do math. I'm like, yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm gonna take the blanket too. It's fucking disgusting. Don't judge me. Alcoholic. So he's like one of those guys that, okay, so I get perverted, I trip on my girlfriend, or I trip on on law enforcement. Those are the three things. Perversion, paranoia, it's either about a girl that I'm dating, or I think I'm going to get busted for something. That's it. There's nothing else. I'm not one of those guys that, like, I'm like, oh my God, like, let's take apart this compactor and turn it into an elevator. You know, let's try to make a vending machine out of my laptop. You know, I mean, there's tweakers like that, and I respect it. Or the guys that, like, just color just to shit. Have you ever noticed that? You go to, like, a tweaker house, and there's, like, some tough-looking guy, big old big old gangster, and he's got crayons, and he's, like, drawing a flower. Hey, bro, what's up, bro? No, I'm trying to crayon this flower so I can sell it. And he just goes back to doing it. You're like, whoa, dude. And then you go in another room and someone's like giving a dude a massage. And you're like, oh, dude, I'm going back to heroin. You meth people are just, and they tell. They tell. Yeah, listen to me. That is a fucking fact. Heroin addicts of course they do as well, but like tweakers, they'll just tell them the strength. Get a DUI. And they're like, yeah, man, I know. I know where a couple meth labs are in San Bernardino County. I just thought you guys might want to know about it. You know, tweakers do shit like that. So this guy's whole trip, he was the kind of tweaker that tripped on his girlfriend. Just like one of my three things, that was his thing. He was paranoid about her before he did the meth, you know? And like, he's one of those guys, everyone knows him in jail. He comes up to you. You don't even know you never talk to the guy, and he just comes up to you out of nowhere. He's like, hey man, excuse me, hey dog, hey, so checking out. I called my old lady, right? And she told me she gotta go pick up the kids from soccer right now. It's fucking Saturday, dog. You know what that means? She's probably fucking Sancho right now. Some dude's probably got his fucking thumb up her ass, and she's probably sucking some other dude's dick at the same time. What if, I'm just gonna throw this out there, what if soccer practice was usually on a weekday, but for some reason it had to get moved to the weekend? Do you still think that she's fucking someone else? He's like, absolutely, dog. This bitch is a fucking whore, dog. I don't even know I'm with her. She's fucking... And they always said, she's fucking shot out, dog. She shot out, too. She got, like, a fake eye and shit. She's fucking bunk, fool. Oh, all right. And then they'll come back to you and they'll say some other shit. Like, damn, fool. I swear to God, dog. Gacho, fool. I don't know, I just could hear in her voice. She's fucking different, fool. She was saying hella, dog. I don't say that. Who the fuck? She's never said that before in her life. Usually when a bitch says some shit that she's never said before in her life, it's because she's hanging out with some other fucking dude, fool. And this guy wasn't even a Southsider, but he talked like a Southsider. This is actually how this guy talked. And he was twacked out. So what had happened is when he gets the meth, he was already a weirdo about his girl. You know, if a girl's going to cheat on you in jail, she's going to cheat on you. What are you going to do? Like, oh my God, I think I'm going to worry right now. You like go to your bunk and you just sit there. Hey, what's up, Ron? Hey, man, I'm worrying right now. You got to give me a few. Yeah, sorry guys, that's what you look like when you're like that. I mean, Jenny cheated on me when I went to the feds the first time, right? And, you know, what happened with that is it hurt. It hurt. First of all, she cheated on me and then she died shortly after that. So I was already mad at her when she passed away. But I remember what that pain was like in jail because it's different. When you get cheated on, at any point in your life, it's painful. It sucks. You know? It's a bad, I mean, it's a universally understood bad thing, you know? It's a painful thing. Hurts your feelings when someone cheats on you. Especially if it's with more than one person at the same time. It's like 7 dudes. You find out about it on Pornhub. You're like, oh, and that bitch wasn't going to her sister's, dude. She's like, can I have $600 to pay my cell phone bill? And you're like, okay. And there's a lot of guys like that. So, when you're in jail, it's even worse when you get cheated on, though, right? Because this is how I am, at least. If I ever get cheated on, I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter in any area in life. You know, if I catch a case, I'm trying to fight it. You know, I'm not one of those guys that just pleads out right away to try to get it over with. Like, I want to fight it. The reason I think I was so verbally abusive for so long is it was like a fighting mechanism. Like, you hurt me, I'm going to hurt you worse kind of thing. And, so when if I get cheated on, even if like a girl breaks up with me or if I break up with a girl, I always am one of those guys that goes and has rebound butt fucking. Rebound sex, you know? It always makes me feel better. I'm like, yeah. See, I'm not worthless. It gives you like some sort of faux validation. And then you feel empty and then, I don't know, you grow out of that shit. But that's like one of the many ways that I would cope with something like that in the free world. You know? But what are you going to do when you're in jail? You can't cheat unless you want to butt fuck lampshade. He's like, bubbles. And you're just like, let me butt fuck you. You know, it's not realistic. I may joke, but, you know, I don't think I could butt fuck a serial killer like that. That shit would be hardcore. Make it onto the History Channel. It's like one of the witnesses, one of the people talking about it, one of commenting about his life. Well, I butt fucked him in San Bernardino lockup back in 2018. Dude, that was like 2 years ago. Why are you talking like you're in your 80s? Oh, all right, sorry. It's late in the morning. Let me be scatterbrained. So they can really drive a guy crazy, the cheating thing. Okay, so now you get amphetamines and it amplifies it all. And that was his whole thing. He probably was a snitch before because it's that kind of thing where, like, if you tell on someone once, you're just a piece of shit. So why not just keep being a piece of shit? You know, become like a classic, like, 21 Jump Street snitch where, like, floral pattern button-ups and just snitch on people and ruin their lives. So usually when someone's a snitch, they continue to be a snitch or whatever. So I believe this guy probably was before. But when he got on the meth, he just decided to start snitching because he had to get home. He was convinced that his old lady was cheating on him. And she sent me a picture. She didn't even have her glass eye. That bitch is on some crypt keeper shit. That didn't come out the way that I wanted to in my brain. Sorry. So, I would also come to find out later that he threw that meth on purpose. Got me in trouble on purpose. The whole thing was like pre-planned so that he'd have an excuse. So he'd have something to tell on. Yeah. And imagine dealing with that being on meth. In jail, the worst fucking feeling. So now the cops are like, they're like, do you know Pierre Lumiere? Some shit like that. I remember Pierre was the first name. I was like, Pierre? No, that's like some French shit. And they're like, well, we know that Pierre is, according to our information, 4 to 9 Camel Crushes in mint condition. No, we're just going to say this like this, guys. If you tell us where the cigarettes are, we'll just act like this never happened. Pice is like, what about him though? He's a fucking drug dealer though. What about that though? Hey, I'm giving you drug dealers. I'm giving you methamphetamine. I'm giving you methamphetamine. What do I get out of it? I don't know. What do you want? We can give you like a single shot of Taster's Choice. He's like, hey, no, come on. I gotta get home. I think my lady's getting fucked by somebody else. What the fuck? He's a fucking drug dealer. Do something about it. Do your fucking job. Be a police. Fuck. I'm handcuffed. And, I'm used to getting drug tested. Like in federal custody, if something like this happened, you would definitely be drug tested. And in theory, in state custody and county jails, they're supposed to. But once we got there, they just wanted us to rat out who had cigarettes. I'm just sitting there handcuffed. I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, wow, man, this whole thing, I'm probably going to catch more time right now. I'm probably going to go to the hole. Probably not going to be able to talk to Karina. And then what? Could you imagine trying to tell someone that story? Well, babe, this is what happened. A paisa was tweaking on meth. He got paranoid. He threw a little scrunched up napkin in the middle of the chow hall. It had crystal meth in it. I got implicated in it. Now I'm in the hole. Hello? Hello, honey, you there? No, she wouldn't be cool with that shit. She's already mad at me for doing drugs. I mean, she's flip-flopping. She's hormonal because she just had the baby. That's another thing. I mean, I just had Nico. I was really mad because I knew I was going to the hole. I knew it. Because they even said it. They're like, okay, well, listen, you got a couple options. You can tell on the guy that has the Camel Crushes. Pierre is the name. Or you can go to a place called solitary confinement. You may have heard of it. There's no light. There's no oxygen. There's rodents. And I'm like, there's no oxygen in your hole. And you're going to kill me for not telling you where the fucking tobacco is when you just caught this fucker with meth? Jesus Christ. But of course, I'm not saying anything. I'm just sitting there, just like in complete and utter disbelief. Plus, I'm twacked out. I'm like, man. And I said, well, let me just say this, man. I'm not going to say anything, so you may as well just put me in the hole. Oh, you don't want to go to the hole. Like, well, maybe I do. Maybe I do want to go to the hole. Take him away, Bobby. So they end up taking me to the hole, right? And I'm looking back at the Python. He's just like, I'm like, yeah, dog, my friend Tommy, he hasn't registered his convertible in like at least 3 or 4 years. I don't know. There's probably other shit I'm just like, oh my. And he was like telling on people as I was leaving. So now I'm going to the hole. And they say that I've admitted, this is what they say. This is on my paperwork. It says that I've admitted to them that I am under the influence. I didn't say shit to them. I would never admit to the fact that I was under the influence. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Oh yeah. You got me. I'm on drugs right now. I would never do that to a correctional officer, sheriff, whatever the fuck these people were. You know what? You know why they did that too? They do that all the time. They lied that I admitted to the fact that I was high, so they wouldn't have to spend $80 on a drug test, because it probably comes out of their fucking donut pension or whatever. They probably have like their community snack fund, and you know, yeah. Hold on, I gotta smoke. It's the beauty of being able to record on my phone like that. No lighter either. Oh well. So they end up taking me to the hole. And coincidentally, the hole is located right across from the high profile tank. Remember I told you about that? Like the big homies, like the really like the high power guys, they would just be in this big, like, I don't even know where my lighter is. That sucks. All right, hold on. Karina hates it when I light it on the stove. That's what's gonna do. Shh. All right. Sorry for that quick intermission. You guys are probably like, his videos are just falling off. Just get to the fucking point. Tell the story. Okay, so I get to the hole. And I'm looking across, and I see those high power guys. They're in red. I see one of them at least. And he's pacing. And he sees me. He's like, hey. And he starts doing sign language to me. I'm doing sign language to him. Right? I am whacked the fuck out. And he's telling me in the sign language if I need anything. Now remember, I met these guys when I was on the van, right? And he was asking me if I need anything, and I was like, I need heroin. I mean, I didn't spell out heroin, but, you know, I did sign language, and I said that I was trying to get loaded. I said I was twacked out, and I just got told on by a paisa. Yeah, I told this in, like, very complex sign language. All right, that everybody knows if you've done it the whole time. So, like, they bring me to this little, it's like this little, like, where I'm talking to him from, it's this little concrete room, you know? You're like, well, it's not like all cells. You don't understand. Like, it doesn't look like a cell. Like, usually cells have, like, paint on the wall. This is just, like, all concrete. It looks like the inside of, like, a missile bunker or something. Like, it's really strange looking, and it's very small. There's a bathroom, and then there's like a little, like, there's like a bed. It's not a double bunk bed. It's like more like something you'd see in like a sick ward or like infirmary in a jail. But it's like very, very claustrophobic and small. And where I'm talking to this guy is there's like a little window, and I can look into their unit. So, you know, I'm telling him the whole story. He's like, damn, that's fucked up. I was like, yeah. It's just my luck. And I said, and on top of that, I'm twacked out. I need something to come down. Like some weed or some heroin would be amazing. He's like, all right, I'll make it happen. I'm like, all right, cool. So, you know, after talking to him for maybe like 15 minutes inside, I go back to this little like concrete bunker thing. It's like literally the size of a porta potty. It's so, I'm not a guy that gets claustrophobic easily, but I felt like I was in the trunk of a car. I really did. So of course, by myself now, I'm on a bed. There's only so many things that I can do. So I start jerking off. Why wouldn't I? I'm like, I'm having a bad day. I'll just get in some like methed out, beat off trance right now and everything, whatever. You know, there's no phone in there. I'm pissed off. Karina's gonna be mad. I'm just completely screwed. I don't know how long I'm gonna be in the hole. Once again, they'd bring me to the hole because some fucking guy brings me into it, just like what happened to me in Oxford when that guy gave me the free shot of heroin. This guy didn't even give me any drugs. He just threw meth in the middle of the chow like a weirdo. I'm like, man, but I'm thinking that my high power friends might give me some heroin. So I'm like, I'm clinging on to that. And I'm beating off. So I'm beating off on the bed. This goes on for like a little bit. It's like one of those like you probably grew up in a household with parents. You probably know this technique. You're beating off, but you're kind of like looking in the direction at your door if you don't have a lock. And you're just kind of hoping that that doorknob's not going to turn and that your parents aren't going to walk in and see some hardcore lesbian ass-licking porn. You're just like, oh my God, what the fuck? This website sucks. Hey. No. Ryan, it smells like pot. I don't do that shit. Shit's bunk. I'm just, yeah, no. So I'm beating off for a while, and I'm kind of like looking in this window, making sure that the cops aren't going to catch me, because not that I care, but like I don't want to be a gunner either. Imagine like being a gunner, like having that on your jacket. Yo, what's up? I'm Ryan. I'm from Santa Barbara. I'm a gunner. I gunned a fucking CO down at San Bernardino County Detention Center, Central Detention Center. No, yeah, I gunned down a dude cop. Yeah, nice to meet you too, dog. We should start doing burpees together. What do you think? Oh, all right. My new nickname's Gunner. Cool. You don't want to get caught being a gunner. I mean, it's a bad look. You don't want that jacket. You hit a compound, and you know compounds in the feds in state, it's a main line. The thing is when you've been in the system for a while, right? People start knowing who you are. And now, I talk about this all the time. I don't give a fuck about prison. I don't consider myself active. I just paroled from a mixed SMY GP yard. Really, I'm no good. 3 years ago, me would have never accepted that if someone was like, yeah, it's programming with PCs so that I could go home. You know? It's like either that or you're going to go do a shoot term and you're going to get extra time. And I just had a baby, so I had to be solid. You know, but I mean, I just hate all of this stuff that I'm talking about. None of it's cool. Nothing cool about group showers with dudes. Unless you've been up for like 15 days and you're like, this is pretty cool. It's not cool. It's not cool to go to visit rooms and see your mom crying, shaking because she's in it's like palpable pain. Right? It's not cool missing the birth of your son or not being a fucking solid. Being a solid man is being a good father. Period. If you walk out on your kid, you're a punk, you're a piece of shit. Like, I don't have any friends like that. I would never have a friend like that. That's the scum of the earth right there. You know? It's like, the thing about prison is I always play by the rules, right? So always GP, put in work, never rolled it up, always had clean paperwork, and you find the hypocrisy of it all. Just shit like this, right? Like, now, like in the old days or the way it's supposed to work, I was running this unit, you know? They should have fucking gone at it with the Pisces and gotten beat up. It just had to show solidarity, and I already knew what was going on there. You know, Lampshade was probably, or Mountain Man was probably like doing like, you know, deer head mounting classes to everyone. He's like, all right, guys, so you want to stuff the deer head like just like this. None of those guys give a fuck that I did that. They don't care. So there's no honor in that system anymore. It's all dope fiend politics. Look what happened to me at San Bernardino County Jail. And then look at me what happened to at this jail. You know, I'm not doing anything wrong. In fact, I'm selling my speed, right? And this weirdo that's paranoid about his girlfriend wants to tell on me for nothing, right? It's like... And you're going to run into this shit time and time and time again. So I don't want to consider myself a prison channel, and I don't want to consider myself part of that culture because I look down on it. I'm doing cool ass shit with my life. I'm happy. I'm a good dad. It's really all I care about. And I never went out sideways ever. You know, I fucking was a good convict. Cost me a lot of time. I did my entire 5-year fucking term because of how stupid I was, how ignorant, you know, just trying to be like I'm such a good white dude. I fucking voted for Obama in 08, and then I'm in there like running around with skinheads. I'm like, dude, you guys are fucking cool. You know, and it doesn't go against, it goes against everything I believe anyway. You know, I hate racist people. I don't know. I guess the reason that I'm going off on this rant right now is to just try to illustrate how frustrating it is when you're in a situation like this. It's like, here I am in the hole again. And I'm thinking all these thoughts while I'm beating off, by the way, of course. It's like, fuck, this sucks. So I'm like beating off for a while. And then there's a knock on the door. And, you know, I play it off. Yo, what up? Doing crunches. He's like, hey, man, come here. You know, I have to walk up to the door to talk to the cop. And he's like, hey, we just got a word from the lieutenant. You need to stop getting your whistle wet, man. I was like, huh? Said, you got to stop masturbating, man. And I'm looking at the high power guy. He's like looking. He's like, what the fuck are you talking to the cop about? And I'm like, I was like, what are you talking about, dude? And he just points, and there's a camera right at the back. I didn't even see it. It's like this little teeny black hole. I'm like, why is there? I've never seen that in any hole I've ever been at. There's probably at the control room, there's a probably group of cops sitting around and just laughing at me because I'm sitting there beating off. Like, look at that guy that wouldn't tell on Pierre the cigarette connection. Now he's just jerking off. What a loser. Yeah, that's how a lot of them think. That's the absolute truth. You smoke gay. So, the one silver lining in the whole situation is that I'm next to this high power guy. And there was a lot of drugs coming into that jail. You know, originally I was supposed to get heroin, so I'm like, okay, this guy will probably come through. And I didn't know how long I was going to be in there, you know. Finally, at like, I think I was in there maybe like 2 days, and like the cop, and I, you know, whenever cops go by, anybody that's done whole time, you know this, you're like a puppy at the door. You're like, oh, talk to me. Hey, how much longer am I going to be in here? And like, when the cop was like, you're going to be in there 2 more days. That's good. That'll teach you. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, damn, dude, 4 days. It's really not a big deal when you're used to doing like 60 days, more than that. When, you know, I've done a lot of whole time, always for stupid shit. Like this particular situation, just thinking back on it pisses me off. I was just in a riot, just had my first kid. I wasn't there to be able to hold him. I wasn't there being able to support Karina when she just had a baby. She was all by herself. And, you know, she would go to like all the classes by herself. And she said that it was sad because she was the only person there without a partner, you know? And I tried so hard to make it happen so I wouldn't have to go. But it's like you're sitting in the hole and you're just engulfed in these kind of incendiary thoughts that just make your fucking mind explode because you're mad at yourself, you're mad at the system, you're mad at the paisa that told on me for no reason. That it was completely senseless telling on me like that. And now I'm in the hole for 4 days. And by the way, I never got heroin from this guy, you know, and I was like waiting on it. I was just kind of, I mean, I guess it helped me because I kind of clung on to the hope. So eventually after 4 days, they take me out of the hole. I go back up to my unit and everyone like applauds, you know? I mean, the unit didn't get hit or anything, but they had intel that Pierre had cigarettes or whatever. It was bizarre. And I get there and, you know, of course, New York's, hey, yo, dude, I heard you went to the hole, bro. Are you okay? Did they lash you, bro? Lash me? The fuck? You know, we're not in Gladiator Rome, dude. Like, they put me in a little concrete. Oh, dude, I'm so sorry, bro. Here, come here, bro. Give me a hug, bro. I'm like, oh my God. Maybe I should have been back in the hole. And I was so mad that I didn't get heroin because I feel like that guy really could have done that for me. You know, and he's just like, yeah, man, I never got it. He's doing it in sign language. He's all like gout out. He has this like tiger claw marks on his face. So, you know, I get back and I don't have any more meth. I kind of come down that. I sleep for a couple days. I'm just mad about the whole situation. That Paisa, of course, we never saw him again. I don't know what happened to him. They probably put him in PC or something. Who knows? But you know, we never saw him again. And I was mad. I went right up to Lewis and we talked about it. I'm like, come on, man. You know, he's like, well, he's like, I don't know what you want me to do. The dude's not here anymore. Like, I'm sorry that happened to you. I have a Cherry Jolly Rancher if that would make you feel better. I'm like, let me get that. Grab the Cherry Jolly Rancher. But that was just like one of several shitty things that I can think of that happened there, you know? And every Thursday, I think, is when, like how I explained last video, when they call names on the PA. And it just weeks and weeks and weeks start going by and they're not calling me, you know? And I'm talking to Karina. At this point, Takato is getting in a lot of trouble for debts, you know? And then he'll like lie to me. It's kind of like, you know, it's like having like a gambling addict son and like your friends, like just people, your associates throw you out of a moving car or something. That's how I kind of got the impression that Takato was like getting in trouble. He was like in short shorts, like scrubbing the floor with lipstick on. No, but he was acting really, really weird. And I knew something was about to happen. I was right. So I call my dad. You know, Karina and I, like I said, our relationship's doing better. I'm talking to my dad a lot more, my mom and dad, you know, and I'm telling my dad, I'm like, hey, I got to get out of here. I wanted to go to Victorville. And I never got in any more trouble besides those 4 days in the hole. That was a 4-day little thing in this, like, you know, sardine can style solitary confinement where the whole time I thought I was going to get heroin and then never I got it. And, you know, I call my dad. I'm like, Dad, look, you got to like call the attorney. Maybe she can put some pressure to, to the U.S. Marshals to get me out of here because I wanted the contact visits, the email, all the stuff that comes with the feds, the music. Most of all, I just wanted to be able to hold my son. That's it, you know? And I didn't even care. Like, I didn't care if they sent me to USP. I didn't care where they sent me. I mean, I can do time anywhere except for East 1 in Santa Barbara because there's a bunch of bush dwellers there that can't adhere to prison politics. You know, and it's just sad, you know, but when I first started doing time, it was a lot more solid. You know, it's just gotten progressively worse. Drugs have always been, you know, omnipresent in jail and prison settings, but it just seems like everybody started going downhill with the dope fiend politics. So some kid comes in around this time, you know, I'm the rep again. Well, I mean, I always was. Nobody like took over while I was in the hole for 4 days. And some kid comes in. I don't remember if I talked about this in the last video. I want to say that I didn't. But what ends up happening is this guy comes in and I'm, you know, I just coming off my little meth run. So I'm like groggy. I'm in a bad mood. And remember, I kicked heroin before that, but it was like minor kicking. It was just like a headache. And I asked the guy, I said, hey, you don't have any drugs up your ass, do you? He's like, yeah. just like 4 or 5 12 milligram Suboxone strips. I was like, what? I was like, dude, I have 3 honey buns for all that right now. He's like, whoa, man, I'm going to be kicking myself. I'm going to need it. I was like, dude, at least give me a piece of one. So he ends up giving me a full strip. And, you know, like 8 milligram strips, like I've said many times, you can cut into 32 pieces and sell them for $10 a piece. One 8 milligram strip, if you don't have a habit, can get 32 little pieces that'll get you a little buzz, a little head change. I know that sounds really hard to believe, but it's true. You know, that's what's going on in prisons right now. So he gave me a whole strip. I forget what it was. It was for some, like, a couple bags of coffee or something. I don't know, something pretty nominal. And immediately I got a razor blade and I cut myself like a nice little chunk. I put it in a spoon, did a calito, and once again, now I'm high on Suboxone. And another Thursday comes, you know, I'm just all loaded on Suboxone, having a good time. They don't call me. And, you know, this guy, I'm trying to get him to come off of the, you know, more Suboxone, but he's not doing it. So I call my dad back again. So now it's been like, I've been at San Bernardino County Jail now for like a couple months. My ribs are finally starting to feel good again. You know, not good, like it's hard for me to work out, but it's like I'm not having as much difficulty breathing, shitting, coughing, all that pain starting to subside to some degree. And, you know, I call my dad and he says, hey, Ryan, I got good news. Talked to the attorney. She talked to the U.S. Marshals. They lost your paperwork. It was, you know, technical error on their part, but you're going to be on the next chain. You're going back to Victorville. I was like, Victimville. I didn't even care. Like I said, I just wanted to hold my kid. But of course, ran into some trouble before I actually made it back to Victorville, and then Victorville was all bad as well. It was just a bad term all the way around. We'll get into all that in the next installment of my 3rd prison term. Check out patreon.com/Ryan Leone. Check out the paulnarcanproject.com. A few days left to get into the raffle, win $15,000 worth of prizes. Follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It's Ryan Leone 85. Appreciate you guys. Stay up. Palabra. Well, it didn't go off, so I'll say it again. Palabra. Fucking palabra.